Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here today. We're taking another look at IOTEX. We'd like to kind of see what the price action looks like now after 24 hours of that massive price hike we saw yesterday. So I just want to do a quick follow-up here to make sure that we understand maybe a good entry point and what this is going to look like based on the technical data alone. There's no fundamentals here, so if you do have some insight there, feel free to comment below and let us know so we can all learn and grow together. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. This is for educational purposes only. Also, feel free to contact me on Telegram or Twitter. I have a fantastic community. Please check that out, as well as the fact that there's $25 in free Bitcoin from Voyager. Link in the description below. Let's get to it. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at IOTX, which is IoTeX. I think I got it right this time. First thing we're going to do is take a look at Bitcoin and then Ethereum to kind of just get quick perspective on how those markets are doing, because most of the coins that we cover are impacted by one or the other. So I figure we'll look at that first and then dive deeper into IoTeX and kind of see what's going on with the price action after yesterday's hike. So first thing first is Bitcoin. We always look at the 4-hour chart because the moving averages are essentially the most effective. And as you can see here with Bitcoin, the 50-day moving average, this yellow bar here, was tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's awesome news because that basically means that it is a strong support, and it rejected, came back up, and also held the 53,000 support level that was helping us out in the previous time frame when Bitcoin decided it wanted to drop dead. And then of course we see the price come back up, shot right back up to 57,000 as we expected. It tested the 200-day moving average, rejected a couple of times for approximately 4 to 6 hours, and shot right back up to close a solid green bar, and a second is forming. So we're in pretty good shape there. Bitcoin is essentially on track, which is great for us because a lot of other coins can actually benefit now and start increasing in value. So hopefully we can start trimming some of our other coins to make sure we get some profit and keep pumping it right back in. Okay. So that is kind of what we're looking at there. Moving on to Ethereum, it's quick perspective here as well. These were the sell-offs for Bitcoin. So this one right here, you can see the first sell-off. Didn't really impact it all that much. It came right back up. Second sell-off for Bitcoin on the 22nd. Slight consolidation, and then third sell-off for Bitcoin, just didn't care, went right back up again. And in case you don't know too, the reason why Ethereum seems to contradict Bitcoin is because when Bitcoin is doing poorly, people jump ship and go right over to Ethereum. So that's why the price goes up on Ethereum when Bitcoin is down. So if you kind of remember that and understand that, next time Bitcoin comes down, feel free to jump into Ethereum, and it'll likely increase in price because everyone else is coming over there, and you'll benefit from that transition. Something to think about. Right now, everything's kind of overbought, so to speak. So, maybe not the best entry, but we're not here to analyze this. But just know that the price is at an all-time high of approximately 2,843. So let's take a look at IOTEX now. And I covered this yesterday. We were in this early channel right here yesterday, and I just wanted to do a follow-up here to make sure that we understand how to approach this with the price action being the way it is. And what's nice, and I'll look at this here in a moment, the resistance level, the support level of 0.07 that I was mentioning earlier, that would likely be a support. It's happening, which is good. So we have a support at 0.07. I'll mark that really quick, just so we have it for later. And let's take a look at the one-day chart and work our way down. So, looking at the one-day chart here. Pretty solid green bar there for one day, which is nice. And as you can tell, the price was kind of ramping up, and then decided it wanted to just go ahead and shoot hard up. I think it was almost a 100% increase in price. And if we look at the RSI, it's no longer overextended, essentially overbought. It is down in the 60s now, right around 67. So that is a good sign. It means that there's potential to want to maybe take entry, but I do feel like we want to wait still a little bit longer because this one, we identified this yesterday. If you didn't catch that video, there's the trends tend to happen over and over again in crypto. And really any type of stock charts, you see that there's if it did this before, it'll do this again. It doesn't have to, but if it does, then this is actually kind of just history tends to repeat itself, if that makes sense. So looking at this here, if you just take a quick look at this little guy, you'll see the price, the RSI, was up over 70, and it had a correction. So 3 days of consolidation, or 3 days of sell-off rather, and then a consolidation phase. You look at this guy here, overextended. RSI over 70, is right around 75. Hit its peak, 2 days of correction, and then even further correction for a week after. We just had a strong ramp up here, and look, RSI is up over 70, right around 75. So what do you think will happen here? I feel we're going to see 2, 3, possibly even a full week's worth of consolidation until the price finds its true value. So that's just my guess based on the history, but history has a tendency of repeating itself in crypto, so just be mindful of that. So I'd say just take extra special caution when you're taking entry moving forward. We want to probably wait for the support level to be tested. That would probably be the only good indicator of a buy signal. So looking at the 4-hour chart, let's go ahead and just quickly note, big surprise here, consolidation channel is trying to figure itself out. Still a decent amount of volume, but the RSI is calming down on the 4-hour chart in the 60s. Even though this is a positive technical sign, it's nowhere near the sign that we're looking for. Okay, and then the MACD also tells us that the price is overextended and it's likely coming back down. So we are in bearish territory right now. There's all there is to it. And what goes up must come down. That is a significant increase, and I don't foresee us having any type of entry for a little while. I gotta turn the moving averages back on. They really don't matter in this case though, because the price jumped up so fast. It will take a few days for the 50 to catch up. So just, I guess, pay attention to how the 50-day moving average responds to the price action when it does. It'll probably be a few days from now. All right, looking at the 15-minute, see if we can find a good entry point or if there even is any. And look at that same point that I marked has been tested twice. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 times this line's been tested. So that's a good sign. That tells us there's a strong support, but also bear in mind, the more times you tap a support or resistance level, the more likely it's going to break. So we should expect to see this resistance level, the support level, break and turn into a resistance level, and then it'll probably be somewhere down in this range here. Problem is, the price gapping up so high, we have no idea what kind of support level is going to be created until we get there. So it basically just means that we want to wait to take entry and do not take entry based on where we're at here. I know it seems tasty to try to get in right now at 7.070, because if the price comes back up, that's probably the lowest it'll go. But it's not that simple. Based on what we've seen so far, there's a strong chance, again, if history repeats itself, we're going to see 2 or 3 more red days. And regardless if the price comes up and tests the VWAP and comes back down, it'll likely continue to go further. And I don't have a lot of trust in these moving averages just yet, because the price jumped up so fast, so quick, that it's going to be one of those things where it's not even all that important. I know you're probably saying, okay, well, what about the RSI? It's really low. Doesn't matter. Not in this case. Don't even worry about it. Pay attention to the support and resistance levels as they form once we get closer. Unless there's something that you know that no one else knows, or just say there's some really awesome fundamental data and tomorrow they're gonna, the price is gonna shoot way up again. Unless you know something like that, based on the technicals alone, there's no reason to take entry right now. Even though this seems like a nice juicy entry point, I don't think it's ideal. So my recommendation here is to wait. I could be wrong, but I feel like its history is telling us something here, and there's a strong chance that if we wait, we might get rewarded with a lower price. So if you find benefit from this, I hope you do. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, just let's get engaged in communication. So feel free to reach out to our Telegram community. Really good group of people there. We can all learn and grow together. So thanks so much for watching once more, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.